ਫਸਟ ਆਫ ਆਲ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਬੈਕ ਟੂ ਯੂਥ ਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਐਂਡ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਵੇਟ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੀ ਸੋ ਵੀ ਆਰ ਫਾਈਨਲੀ ਹੇਅਰ ਵਿਦ ਵਨ ਐਂਡ ਓਨਲੀ ਹੈਪੀ ਸਿੰਘ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਬ੍ਰਦਰ
Appreciate you having me, man.
Thank you so much, Vire. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to cover you because it's been a long time that we are, trying to but whenever it's going to happen, it will happen at that time only. So by God's grace, now we are here in front of each other. So we will have a nice talk and we will learn a lot of things from this talented guy.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
So tell me about the journey, like how we started as a musician.
You know, naam ta honda jada artist honda hamesha chunda ve unique naam hove. I tried different names. I went under Audioholics. I went under Major Moves. It wasn't me, you know. Look, you can there. Jado mainu bulonde si kende happy. I thought about it. I said I don't need to go to, artistic, just plain and simple. My daddy ne naam rakha Harpreet Singh, nickname Happy. I'm like, you know what, everyone knows me as Happy. I want my fans to be my family. I don't want them to know me as someone else. A lot of artists do that because they have an alter ego. They said, I want to be known as a second. I said, no, the artist should know me who I am. I'm coming as Happy, so they should know me as Happy. And that's how I got the name. I stuck with it after I tried other names, and the music journey is crazy, man. I feel like the music actually kind of gravitated me towards it. Living in LA, 10-15 minutes away from Hollywood, entertainment is pressured on us. Like, we live on a movie set out here. And so because of that, I saw how music influenced people, how it made us look cool, how it made you feel, the hip hop, especially being in a city where, Tupac and Dr. Dre live, when they started hip hop. So it was something that was just embedded in me since I was a kid. I loved it. I was like always like in the car with my dad, and I would try to put on the hip hop station. My dad would be like, "What is this?"
Right, every household had the same thing.
So but I was, what's crazy? It wasn't even just the hip hop. It wasn't the 808s with the Busta Rhymes. It's when Timbaland started infusing those Indian sounds. That's when I was like, I was gravitating more to it. I was like, yo, this kind of sounds Indian. Like, Dad, look, it sounds Indian. Like, we can listen to it now, And then next thing you know, Mundiat to Bachkere, he's playing on the hip hop radio station out here. That's when I was like, what is going on? I was in like ending of middle school, going into high school. I was like, what is this? This is crazy. And
I think that was the first track that came out like in a collaboration with the Bollywood style with the Punjabi thing and with the English thing. So I think that was the first ever, mix up.
Yeah.
कि मुंडिया तो बच के रहे एक बिल्कुल properly पंजाबी हो गया and with Jay-Z.
It was one of the biggest rappers. To have one of the biggest rappers at that time to come up with that song, I felt like we couldn't have got more of a light on Punjab and Punjabi music than ever. Exactly. And doors kept opening, and then next, Jay Sean got signed with Wayne, and that's when I said, wait, an Indian artist can get signed? Indian artist can be played on the radio? My brain started opening because it was in a box. It was like, you're Indian, go to school. There's no one else doing this. Exactly. It's not going to work for you. Yeah. So because of those people, they impacted my life. You know what I mean? So that's when I was still making beats. I was like producing, but I never thought it was going to be serious. So I took it as a hobby, as a joke, as for fun. Like, yo, look at my beats. Look what I'm doing. But I was so passionate behind it. I didn't want to do anything else. So, started off as a producer. I wasn't an artist. I never wrote nothing for a good 8 years, 9 years, I started getting...
So from how long you've been doing this thing? Like when you started this music thing? At what age?
13, 14. I was young.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Just started producing, Also, because I went to one of my boys' house, Punjabi kid, his big brother, he had a whole production set at his house. Shout out to my brother Peter, man.
Yeah.
I saw it. I said, what is that? Like, cause music is like, you could be geeky, you could be dorky, you could be cool, you could be not. If you do music and you dope at it, bro, like you are that guy. And I was like, in high school, middle school, like I wasn't the cool kid. You know what I mean? So music made me feel cool. So I said, I want to start doing I literally went home and I downloaded, I said, music production, like, and the first thing popped up was FL Studio. That shit could have been a virus, but I clicked it and I downloaded it, and next thing you know, I'm making beats.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
So can we see Happy Singh making beats in future? Can we see him making beats in future?
Absolutely. Actually, one of my songs that I'm coming out with, my second song that I'm coming out with in 2025, I produced it, and then I actually had a team that came behind and amplified my production. But yeah, no, I still love producing, bro. Absolutely.
Oh, craze रह जाता ना बंदे दा.
You already know, man.
So, who were your biggest music influences growing up? Like on a particular person or something?
It was just, I kind of knew when it was a hit. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of songs on the radio I didn't like, and then there's a lot I was like, I wasn't really into R&B. It was too like lovey-dovey, like too soulful. I didn't like that. I like hip hop. I like hard music. So it could have been. Honestly, it was like if it was in Busta Rhymes, it was like whatever they played on the radio. Honestly, I didn't really have much options as a 10-year-old Punjabi kid. I can't tell my dad, let's go to the record store and give me some Tupac and Dr. Dre like CDs or you know. So whatever they played on the radio, I pretty much listened to. And it's so crazy because all of these radio stations now, they follow me on IG, you know, so like listening to them the DJs and all them, like they know who I am out here. So I'm like, yo, this is crazy. But it would be Busta Rhymes. It would be obviously growing up, Wayne, Wiz Khalifa. It was PNB Rock. It was obviously Drake. It was just when I would feel the vibe, I'm like, yo, this is dope. This is dope. Like, I never had one like artist where I was like completely crazy about. I think the one artist that did blew me away was 50 Cent when he came out with In the Club. I was in 6th grade. That song made me feel a way that no other songs ever made me feel. So it's crazy what music can do to you. Like, it's crazy. You know what I mean? You just want to feel some type of way. You want to, I don't know, man. But it was all those artists.
How would you describe your style of music to someone who hasn't heard it before?
So I'm in the pop genre. I wouldn't lie to nobody like that. I can do everything, and I'm gonna showcase that. You know, we got everything coming out, but it's still like it's all in the pop. If I'm rapping, it's like pop. Like Drake, I would recommend. I would say he's more under pop than like a rapper. You know what I mean? So, like that's when I would say pop. My country, my R&B, my rap, my everything I do, it definitely be in the pop genre.
So, how do you overcome creative blocks when working on some new music? Because obviously, बंदा कुछ challenges face करता है.
हाँ जी.
While making music or anything. So, तुसी वो creative blocks ना कितना deal करदे हो? Challenges नाल या सब चीज़ां नाल.
औखा होंदा कदे मैं आपदे आप नूं कहना मैं ओ गया गाने गए खत्म हो गया काम तेरा. That's it. Happy Singh जिन्ना कर सकदा सी करता. Thank you very much. हुण कदे ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਸਿਰ 'ਚ. कदे like it takes a week, it takes a few weeks. Inspiration. I need inspiration. I listen. I try not to listen to too much other people's music because I don't want to take away from their creativeness, but I like to be inspired. So I would either start like if I'm trying to just record and I like ideas aren't flowing, I'll try to produce. I'll try to trick my brain. I'll say, okay, you're not going to write today. You're going to produce. But if I don't feel like producing, I'll go find a beat or I'll have my producer send me a bunch of stuff and I'll try to vibe. If I can't, I don't push it. I don't, cause then I burnt myself out many times while I'll be in there for 8-10 hours. I'm like pushing the creativity to come out. I can't. And then I feel like a failure. And then I'm like, wait, you lost it. You don't got it no more. No, man, you're not feeling it today. And then the crazy thing is I come next day, I'll make a hit. And I'm like, damn. Wow. And it happens every time. So now I don't get hard on myself. I said, okay, today's not the day. Let it go. Go do something else. Go Go to the double gym, go play with the dogs, do something else, but free your head. Me, the way I work, I don't work under pressure. For me to be creative, I need to be free. Walking at the gym, I wrote 2 songs at the gym while I'm working out. I wrote 2 songs to a beat. I'm backwards, so I need that freedom. But if you put me in the studio and there's 20 people watching me, you're gonna get a different happy because I feel pressure now.
ਸੋ ਮਤਲਬ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਅਦਰ ਦੈਨ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਜਿਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਹੁਣ ਸਮਝ ਲਓ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਫੀਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਕਿ ਸਮਟਾਈਮਸ ਪਰਸਨ ਇਜ਼ ਨਾਟ ਫੀਲਿੰਗ ਟੂ ਮੇਕ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਔਰ ਸਮਥਿੰਗ ਲਾਈਕ ਦੈਟ ਵਾਟ ਯੂ ਪ੍ਰੈਫਰ ਅਦਰ ਦੈਨ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਜਿਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਟਾਈਮ ਕੱਢਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਉਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ ਲਾਈਕ ਹਾਊ ਡੂ ਯੂ ਡੂ ਆਲ ਦੈਟ ਕਾਈਂਡ ਆਫ ਸਟਫ ਮਤਲਬ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਦੂਰ ਰੱਖਣ ਲਈ ਉਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਫਰੈਸ਼ ਵੀ
like daily hobbies, I would say I love cooking. Khana hunda ten wari khana din ch, you might as well make it fun. You might as well eat something that makes you know, like I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of that. So for me, my high is food. So like I'll go and create stuff that I've never made before, and next thing you know, I have a whole recipe like book for myself that one day I'll put out because I feel like people want to eat gourmet food, but they don't want to spend $150 on a steak. I go eat those steaks. I can taste how they made it, and I come home and replicate it, and I do it on a budget. So I want to do.
मैं शौक हो गया है सुन के.
Yeah, so I love cooking, and I love feeding people. I like people making people feel special. So like I used to be a server before I was doing music. It was so funny because I saw Nicki Minaj used to work at Red Lobster, and she used to eat the biscuits. I literally did the same thing, and I love serving people, making them feel special. And making them happy with food. That's my love language, is food. And other than that, I got 5 dogs, but I got 2 inside, 3 outside. I love playing with them. I take care of them. 2 Frenchies, they're like little babies to me. And I love spending time with my family anytime they need me. They've always been there for me. So anytime my mom and dad need me, I'm there for them. So that's my world right now.
Wow. You might have performed on different stages अपने life ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇੱਕ ਮੈਮਰੀ ਇੱਕ ਯਾਦ ਰਹਿ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ any memorable place where you performed?
Absolutely, man. It would be where, my brother Hunter's brought me out in UK, and it was the BBC festival. It's like I always reposted on my social media because that was my biggest entry of audience that I've ever had. So that's a core memory for me. And no one knew that I was coming out, so everyone was shocked when they saw me come out. So it was cool.
Wow. So how do you balance your music career with your personal life?
I make sure I get everything done before I do music. Because then if I'm trying to work, I'm going to keep thinking I have to do that, I have to do that. I can't focus. Unless Dr. Zeus hits me and says, I need some music from you right now, I got to drop everything and I got to go do that first, regardless what I have to do. But if it's not pressured wise, obviously I make sure I have my routine. I wake up, I go to the gym, I get everything out the way, and then I'm like, all right, cool, I got a few hours, 3-4 hours. If I'm not at the studio, I'm at the house studio, and then you already know I'm free-minded and I'm able to create.
Do you have any plans to explore, like anything else than music, acting, या कुछ और?
I feel like the acting doors are opening. We're starting to put more acting into the music. There is some things that are opening up, which I will be able to possibly let you know on the next Zoom call we do, because things are in motion. But yeah, as of right now, it's just music, and but obviously music and acting go hand in hand. Like when you're shooting a video, you're acting. You know what I mean? So I would say definitely. I love. You see the Monge video I did in Cancun, like. We had a play where he's like, I was like, yo, we should do something funny. And then he's like, yeah.
Actually, that was a completely different thing, like other than music, because most of the time we see in this music industry, people got cars and they're just jamming to it or they're just lip sync to it. But I think that was a completely different, story. एक storyline ਸੀਗੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ.
Yeah.
ਇੱਕ ਦਿਖਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਕੁਝ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ.
Yeah, so it's fun, man. Yeah, I feel like even if a rapper or singer or artist say they're not actors, I think we're all acting at some point. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a lot of exciting things that I'll be able to share with you soon. And it's going to be you first. I'm going to share with you because...
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
ਸੋ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਪ੍ਰੈਜ਼ੈਂਸ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੋਸਟਿੰਗ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਫੈਨਸ ਨਾਲ ਇੰਗੇਜ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ। ਸੋ ਉਹ ਆਈਡੀਆਜ਼ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਫੈਨਸ ਨਾਲ ਇੰਗੇਜ ਕਰਨਾ, ਇੰਟਰੈਕਟ ਕਰਨਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਉਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਬੈਲੈਂਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਕਿਤੇ ਮੇਨਟੇਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਲਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ? ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਓਬਵੀਅਸਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ, ਆਰਟਿਸਟ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਟਰੈਕਟ ਹੋਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਫੈਨਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਂ ਆਡੀਅנס ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਸੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਕਨੈਕਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਗਲੋਬਲੀ, not in a particular area, in a geographical area, but globally?
Just like this is a business to me. So like a business, you need a schedule. So I make sure I have a post schedule. I make sure I have a replying schedule. I try to reply to everyone. Even if it's like, let's say my birthday, like I've got more DMs that day than any other day, hundreds and hundreds. I make sure if they had the time to make me feel special, I'm going to go out the way, even if it might take a day or two. And so, yeah, I have a schedule to make sure that I get to everything every week.
Wow. So what was the most challenging song you worked on?
Damn. Most challenging? You know what? I would say it would be, none of them are really challenging, but the one that probably I overthought about the most was when I did the record with Jazzy B, because it's Jazzy B, right? So when Zeus hit me, he's like, yo, I'm gonna pitch this to Jazzy, do some things. Usually I send him one verse, two verse. I sent him I sent him like 2 songs worth of me recording, and he had to pick what he wanted because I was overthinking. I said, oh shit, like he might like this, he might like this. So I think that's probably the one song I'm overthought about the most. I would say the most like challenging for me.
ਉਹਦੀ ਵੀ ਸਟੋਰੀ ਦੱਸੋ, ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਬਣਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਉਹ?
Yeah, so I started working with Zeus. I connected with him. I was in New York. He shot him a DM, and it was like I've been trying to reach him for like about a year because I know who Dr. Zeus is. You know what I mean? So, and I was hitting up Big Bird at the same time. They both responded one day, the same day in New York, and I'm like, this is a crazy vibe. Like I'm in LA trying to hit you guys. You guys don't respond. I'm in New York, and you guys respond. Both of them in the same day. So, and Honey Singh, all 3 of them. It was crazy. But when I spoke to Zeus, so when I spoke to Zeus, he went, he's like, yo, man, you're dope. I seen your stuff. Like, let's start talking. And then I started doing records with him, and he really liked my style. Next thing you know, he started opening up more doors, features. And then finally one day, I remember I'm at the gas station. I'm about to put some gas in the car. I'm at the Costco pump, and Zeus calls, pick up. He's like, yo, man, I got this record. I think you'll be great on it. It's a Jazzy B's album. And I was like, nah, this is crazy, because I know who Manj Music is. I know who RDB is, Kanika Kapoor. Obviously, I was going up the scale, but Jazzy B, I was like, yo, like, I did Bhangra dance move routines to his stuff when I was a kid, So,
exactly.
It was wild, bro. And he's like, yo, I'm going to see if he likes it. We got to make sure he's cool with it because it's on his album. I said, yeah, absolutely. So he played it. Boom. Jazzy came back. He said, yo, let's do it. We're shooting a video in Canada, connected with his managers. They flew me out. We ended up shooting the Bird video and the Rude Boy out there with Jazzy B. And Jazzy was so cool, man. He ended up getting my number. He hits me when he comes to LA. We grabbed lunch, dinner, like him and his manager, Jay. For the status this man has, he could be the most egotistic person, prideful, but he knows bande nahi banaya. So main bande nu ka to aime karu, he gives so much advice when I talk to him compared to the other people I meet, and they're, sorry to say, they're not at that level or his status or even close, and they have so much ego. And it's like, be humble. God is the one blessing us, not you, not your talent. God gave you that talent, and the more humble you are with it, the bigger I think God can make it, And Jazzy taught me that like a lot when I talked to him.
Wow. So any dream project that you have in your mind?
Dream project? Damn. Honestly, I've always wanted to work with Drake. That's my dream project, and I feel like I'm getting closer to it every year. Regardless of
Actually, I have seen your account.
I see Drake's father is following you, if I'm not wrong, Dennis Graham.
Yeah.
So yeah, So ਉੱਥੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਹਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਨਾ ਕੁਝ connection ਹੈ
Koi connection ho raha, you know. I'm cool with Tory Lanez dad too. He lives really close by here, and I'm cool with the dads. Like I'm trying to get cool with the kids now. You know what I mean?
ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ
So, you know, again, I stopped wanting to like force it and want it so bad. I'm just letting it, you know, connect as it's supposed to happen. And then shout out to my brother Ganesh, who's a jeweler, diamond jeweler. He's the one who connected me with Drake's dad because he made stuff for him. So, and he made stuff for me. Big shout out to my brother Ganesh. But yeah, man, that's my dream collaboration right there.
So like when you are writing lyrics, where do you get the themes? Where do you get the ideas from? Like any specific thing that you do for making this happen, this projects happen?
So if it's a feature song, the idea is already there. I just go off of what the other artist is saying. Those are the easiest because it's already played out for you. Sometimes if I'm like touring, I'm in Vegas, I'm doing shows, I come back, I'm in a different mindset. So I speak about that. And sometimes it's just depending on the beat. That's usually majority of it, like 80% of the time, it's the beat. If the beat feels some type of way, the story just comes in my head. I know what to write about. So if I don't know what to write about, I think about a big topic that everyone can relate to. Like when I made the song Why You Do That, I'm like, I want to make a song that a guy's telling a girl, like, because I'm always telling people, like, why you do that? Like, I'm telling a girl, why you always do that? And I'm like, yo, that's a good idea. So I'm like, every time you drank, why you always do that? When you're with your friends, go, why you always do that? Like, and it's like a song that every guy can sing to a girl. So my topics are getting bigger and stronger as the artist that I'm growing into.
I think film soundtrack ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ ਬਹੁਤ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ if I'm not wrong ਕਿਸੇ ਚ yeah so in future ਕੋਈ ਇਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਸੀਨ ਕਿ ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਫਿਲਮ ਸਾਊਂਡਟਰੈਕ ਨੂੰ ਕਰੋ ਜਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਜਾਂ ਕੁਝ something like that?
So actually ਸਾਡਾ Zeus ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਗਾਣਾ TV show ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ in UK. That was a placement, and Asian Persuasion. So it was an Oscar-winning director, Filipino love movie that was out here. One of the actors was from Black Eyed Peas, and they chose a lot of my songs for their movie. It was really cool. So future-wise, absolutely, man. I think my ultimate goal is, you know, getting it into, you know, Universal Picture movies with like The Rock and like Fast and Furious type movies, and then not those exact movies, but that kind of vibe. I feel like I love movies like that have like a cool LA story behind it. So always open to placements like that.
Like ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੁਣੇ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਜੀ ਕੋਲੈਬੋਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਕਿ ਇਫ ਯੂ ਆਰ ਕੋਲੈਬੋਰੇਟਿੰਗ ਵਿਦ ਸਮ ਅਦਰ ਆਰਟਿਸਟ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਇੱਕ ਥਿੰਕਿੰਗ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਇੱਕ ਮੇਕਿੰਗ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਅਦਰ ਦੈਨ ਇਫ ਯੂ ਆਰ ਡੂਇੰਗ ਇਟ ਯੂ ਨੋ ਸਪੈਸੀਫਿਕਲੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਲਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਆਰਟਿਸਟ ਦੀ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟੀਵਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਤੇ ਨਾ ਕਿਤੇ ਇੰਪੈਕਟ ਕਰਦਾ?
Yeah, so I'm very open to working with any type of style, but I always bring Happy Singh to the record. I never change who I am. So whether it be R&B, pop, slow, fast, like I'll come up with the idea and I'll say, okay, I'm doing too much for them. I need to do me now. So once I have a skeleton of what I want to do, I start bringing more of me and taking more of what they want out. So every time you hear a record, you hear me.
Wow. So how do you see your music evolving in the coming years?
Oh man, that's in God's hands. Honestly, at the end of the day, we all have a certain lifespan in this music, in this entertainment, as long as in this life. So my thing is to just keep going as long as I can and always grow and challenge myself. Before it was fun and easy. Now I'm saying, okay, like how can you impact people? Like, how can it be something where you make them have a good time? My name is Happy. I'm not going to piss you off. I'm not going to make you sad. I want to make you happy. So I want to live up to my name, and I feel like I'm good at doing that. That's not something that I force out. I easily am a person who wants to bring happiness and joy to people. So I'm starting to put that into my music, and just be more me. I'm feeling more comfortable in my skin as an artist. I'm growing in the light. I'm growing, and while people are watching me, and I'm okay with that. Before I was like, I don't want you to see me change. I want you to see me here, and then I want you to see me here. I don't want you to see this. But that's where people have the connection, when they see you grow. Yeah. That's when they can, connect with you. So I'm starting to be more open about it. As you've seen, like the last month, I've been posting more. I'm like, you know what? What am I afraid of? Like, if you like me, I want you to like me for me. If you don't, go, it's all good. Go find people you connect with. That's it. But I have to be real with myself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a really good answer, actually. I think this question connects with the last answer only. So my next question is, what legacy you want to leave in this music industry? Actually, in this world. But specifically we are in music industry, so I'm talking about this music industry too. What legacy you want to leave in this industry?
I would want to leave something where showing that in a physical form as a human, hey, I'm Punjabi, I'm born in LA, but I was the last selected in school. I'm the black sheep of the family. I failed in life. I failed in school. I failed in a lot of things, but they taught me how to become stronger. I didn't give up on myself because life kept going. So just because you don't fit in doesn't mean you don't fit in. It means you're made to stand out. Depending on, this can be for the Punjabis, but this is also for everybody else. Everybody,
Exactly.
And to just, when you're doing something new, you're going to be the only one doing it. You're going to get more criticism. So just be strong in that aspect. The second one, which should be the first one, is making sure that people know that it's not me doing this. It's when I decided to follow God, that's when you get the most strength, because there's a lot of evil in this world, especially in this industry, as you can see on social media, of these high status people, what they're doing. And that's not right, man. They shouldn't be taking advantage of people. So I want there to be a door open, that once I'm gone, there's a safe zone in this music industry, that stuff is not happening. And there's full access for everyone to see what's going on. Instead of these closed door music studios, everything's hush hush, sign an NDA. Yeah, there's NDAs, and the music shouldn't be released, but nothing that's happening in the industry should be happening like that. And to let people know that, find your God, Muslim, Sikh, Hindu, Catholic, Christian, whatever you are. When those people, I have a conversation with those people, with those religions, there's a connection always, because we're talking about the same God. They just have a different way of talking, So I feel like just find your God, and that's all the strength you need in this world to be successful.
So what's your message to the people who face criticism or hatred from other, groups or whatever? Because anyone who is doing something different from the group, he or she is going to face hatred or criticism or anything like that. People are going to talk shit about him or her, or they're gonna, judge him in a different way. So how they can overcome, what's your process and what your message to them, the newcomers that are coming up in this industry?
I believe everyone is faced a challenge depending on their calling. So if you're getting racism, that's where your calling is going to be, to how to speak to people with color, and to teach people people have been with color, been racist to me. So it's not just like Caucasian people, or that's the norm that we think. No, we all make fun of each other out here in LA. That's just a joke, but it becomes racist if you're hurting their feelings and stuff. And depending on who it is, but you have to understand the attacks you get in life is for your calling. My attacks was drugs and alcohol. And I realized, why I thought that stuff was going to kill me. But the crazy thing is, once I sobered up, I realized I was not going to be successful in music unless I stopped drinking and smoking and doing all these things. Because the first thing, when I followed my dream, what the first thing that was there was my demons. So when I'm there in my dream and I'm living my dream and I have music, and now guess what? The alcohol's there, the drug was there, the girls was there, the money was there. But For 12 years, I fought those demons. So now when I'm in front of them, they don't have no impact on me. So if you're having racism and this and that, and that's like your demon, that's what you're facing, it's only going to make you stronger. But you have to face it over and over and over to, first thing is anger, right? The first thing, if someone says something, is anger. Okay, anger, I believe, is just confusion. You're not able to speak it, so anger becomes, it's frustration. But once you start learning how to talk, I feel like racism and the way you impact people is people are watching you. When someone is attacking you, they're watching you. Are you going to be racist back, or do you do the peaceful way? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the more peaceful people are the ones that make the impact. So it's just, you have to perfect you and how you speak, and then the world is yours, you know?
So are there any new albums or EPs that are coming out in the next few years? Like in the next year, sorry.
2025, dropping an album, and we just finalized the selection this week. I'm actually proud to say that I'm finally signed with a actual label, Miss Music from LA. Apne Bandea, and
Congratulations.
thank you, brother. And it's under Sony, and I've always prayed for, you know, to get signed. And I mean, just because you pray for something doesn't mean it's going to happen right away. I feel like God needs to work on the inside, so he prepares you for the blessing from the outside. So now I'm around these very good people, met a lot of snakes. So now when I see good people, I appreciate it. And I really appreciate these people, and I'm able to now bring out the best of me because I trust them. When I don't trust you, you don't get the best version of me. You get the one eye looking at you, one eye looking over here. And so I'm able to be the most creative I can be. And we are officially partnering up in January. There will be a release, you know, a signing and everything. So it's going to be really cool, bro. Yeah. I see January the ਵਿੱਚ ਪਹਿਲੀ video ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ. So that will be out in hopefully the end of January. I'll send you a preview, you know, so you can check it out and you can have your review of what you think about it before. And but other than that, I can't disclose anything else. But you know, both blessings, both बढ़िया चीज़ां हो रही हैं. This month was very, probably one of the hardest years I've ever had. Not this month, but this whole year was very hard. For the first 10 months, it was nothing. And then the last 2 months, here comes this label reaching out, and we ended up, you know, collabing. So it's a big blessing. And we're doing a lot of music real fast. So it's going to be good. And it's at a level that I've never done professionally, so.
ਤੇ ਜੇ ਹੈਪੀ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਦੇਖੀਏ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਟਰੈਕ ਕਰਨਗੇ ਹੈਪੀ ਸਿੰਘ?
Definitely. Actually, oh yeah, there's another thing I'm doing. I'm doing a few things. So ਮੇਰੇ ਭਰਾ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਿਊਸਰ ਹੈਗਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ maybe ਸੁਣਿਆ ਹੋਣਾ, maybe ਨਹੀਂ. ਲੰਡਨ ਤੋਂ ਹੈਗਾ, UK, ਕਾਫੀ ਵੱਡਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ ਵੀ. ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਐਲਬਮ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਆਰਟਿਸਟ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੈਜੈਂਡਰੀ ਸਮਝ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਦੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ. So always obviously man, ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿੰਘ ਆ, ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ, ਜੱਟ ਆ, you know, so that's already embedded in me. ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਬਾਪੂ ਨੇ ਸਿਖਾਈ ਸੀਗੀ. So ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਨੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ, you know, ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ automatically. And so ਉਹ ਵੀ ਦਰਵਾਜ਼ੇ ਖੋਲ ਰਿਹਾ. So it will be both worlds that I connect with musically. ਹੁਣ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਦੱਸਦਾ.
ਬਸ ਗਾਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਗਾਇਆ, ਹੋਰ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਦੱਸਤਾ ਦੱਸੇ.
ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ obviously ਗਾਣੇ ਕੱਢਦੇ, then I'll be able to show you. But right now it's like ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਤੂੰ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਹੀ ਕੱਢਦੇ, ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਸੁਣ ਲਏ ਹੁਣ. Yeah.
No problem. So what's your last message to the people who are watching this interview, to the whole world actually, ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਬੰਦੇ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਸਭ ਲਈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕੀ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਹੈ?
ਤੁਸੀਂ you know, ਬਸ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਧਰ ਉੱਧਰ ਨਾ ਦੇਖੋ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ, ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਆ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਪੈਸਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਟੂਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਜੀਉਣ ਨੂੰ ਯੂ نو ਮੋਸਟ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟਲੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸਿਹਤ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਹੈਲਥ that has the most value ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹ ਚਲੀ ਗਈ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਆਪਦੇ ਟੈਂਪਲ ਨੂੰ ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟ ਨਾਲ ਰਹੋ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰੋ ਲਾਈਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖਾਓ ਪੀਓ ਨਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਲਾਈਕ don't do drugs and alcohol and ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਦੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ 100% ਰਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਨਾ ਲਾਈਕ ਹੈਲਥੀ ਐਂਡ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ
ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਮੈਂ
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ
ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਵਧੀਆ
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ
I hope ਇਹ ਇੰਪੈਕਟ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਤੇ ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਪੀਪਲ ਆਰ ਸੋ ਲਾਈਕ ਮੈਂ ਸਟ੍ਰੇਟ ਅਵੇ ਮੈਂ ਸਿੱਧੀ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਬੋਲਦਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਤੋਂ ਬੋਲਦਾ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਦੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਲੋਕ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਆਪੋਜ਼ਿਟ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਜੋ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਚਾਹੀਦੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਜੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਚਾਹੀਦੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਐਕਸਟੈਂਟ ਤੇ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਨਾ ਕਿਤੇ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਐਜ਼ ਐਨ ਆਰਟਿਸਟ ਔਰ ਵੀ ਐਜ਼ ਐਨ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟਰਸ ਆਪਣੀ ਇਹ ਡਿਊਟੀ ਬਣਦੀ ਹੈ ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਪੀਪਲ ਆਰ ਵਾਚਿੰਗ ਅਸ ਤੇ ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਡਸਟਰੀ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਉਹੀ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰਨਗੇ ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਦੇ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਟ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਕੋਈ ਅਗਰ ਕਿਸੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਪਰਟੀਕੂਲਰ ਗੱਡੀ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਤੀ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਗੱਡੀ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਰੀਲਸ ਬਣਦੀਆਂ ਵਟ ਐਵਰ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕ੍ਰੇਜ਼ ਪੈ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਸੋ ਜੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਐਜ਼ ਐਨ ਆਰਟਿਸਟ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਆਰਟਿਸਟ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਵੀ ਦੇਵੇ ਕੁਛ ਉਹਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਸਿਰਫ ਗੰਨਾ ਗੋਲੀਆਂ ਰੰਨਾ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣੀਆਂ ਚਾਹੀਦੀਆਂ ਐਜ਼ ਪਰ ਮਾਈ ਪਰਸਪੈਕਟਿਵ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਦੇਖਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਇਨਫਲੂਐਂਸ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਲੋਕ ਸੋ ਬਾਅਦ ਚੋਂ ਆਰਟਿਸਟ ਨੂੰ ਗਲਤ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਲੋਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਬੋਲੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਬਟ ਯੂਜ਼ ਟੂ ਵੀ ਉਸੇ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੰਨਾ ਦੀਆਂ ਗਾਣੇ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਆ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰ ਗੱਡੀਆਂ ਗੁੱਡੀਆਂ ਰੂੰਜਾਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਚਾਹੀਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਬਟ ਯਾ ਸੋ both things go hand in hand
ਮਤਲਬ
ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਪਾਸੇ ਸੇਮ ਹੀ ਆ ਆਪਾਂ ਗਲਤ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਆਰਟਿਸਟ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਓਬਵੀਅਸਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਆ ਉਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੰਗ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਉਹ ਦੇਣ ਨੂੰ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਸੋ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਇਹ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਆਡੀਅנס ਨੂੰ ਐਂਡ I appreciate that and I appreciate your presence over here thank you so much for being here actually ਕਿ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਪੋਸੀਬਲ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ I was waiting for too long ਜਦ ਦਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਨੈਕਟ ਹੋਏ ਆ ਤਦ ਦਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਵੀਰ ਨਾਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊ ਮੈਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ but yeah
at times man thank you for coming on I know it's late for you in India and it's early for me here and I appreciate you coming on when it was convenient for both of us
thanks to you actually because ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਲਈ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਮੈਟਰ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ to talk to such a talented person like you
in future ਹੋ ਸਕੇ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਮਿਲਾਂਗੇ
of course
whether you come to Punjab or I come there
yes
but
all love to you my brother
thank you brother I appreciate you and shout out to Youth Nation and it's actually crazy I actually found out about you because of Zeus and his brothers and they all know who you are so they were like yo like this kid is doing like reviews of our music and he's like look they did Rude Boy and that's how I found out who you were I was like yo man that's dope so thank you for using your platform for sharing it and using it as a positive impact in the world too because it is definitely needed right now and necessary